Oh, there we go. That does seem to be working now. From what I can see. Good. Okay. That's good. Might just need to adjust the settings a wee bit, but that's fine. So let's do all the usual admin stuff. BitSocket, please. Yakuza 5. Excellent. Evening. How's it going, Almost Games? Does this sound okay? Is it looking okay? Just had to go and adjust my my internet settings. The streaming settings. Seems to be okay now though, so I don't know if it was just a minor blip. Probably need to go find that other video and delete it, but there we go. Thus is life. Sounds good, looks good, that's what I hear. Right, so let's just share the link. Share the link. If we can find it. Take a bloody drink as well. I sound really, like, parched, don't I? Honestly, there is not... I don't think there's a worse app. I think the Twitch app's dreadful. I don't know what everyone else thinks about it, but it is really, really, really annoying. But how is everyone? Everyone having a good evening? How the fuck do you share something? Ah, share to. Here we go. Figuring it out. Share to Twitter. Yes, I'd like that. Right, okay, let's have a hot wander through Yakuza 5. That sounds like something someone would say, isn't it? I do not want to get bits. I'm not giving myself bits on my own stream. I think Twitch is crumpling under the weight of how many people are doing it. Yeah, I know, it's... like, it does seem like that, doesn't it? But it's fine. It's fine. Let's play. I'm in my new kind of comfortable position, which I tried out last week, which means I'm sitting on a sofa, and I've actually got my feet up, which is good, instead of perching at the edge of the sofa. So, right, I'm just going to have a quick wee drink. This is Goose IPA, which I bought because it was reduced in Tesco. And it's quite nice. Not a big beer person, but when the weather gets nice, you just feel like you want a wee drink. I'm not a huge fan of cider because it's so sugary. I say that as someone who at least once a week has a can of Coke. But, yeah, it's very sugary. Right, this is where we're going. But how is everyone? Is everyone good? Everyone had a good Saturday? It is Saturday, isn't it? I can't remember anymore. That's just really embarrassing, but I can barely remember what day of the week it is sometimes. I only really know because when my daughter watches CBeebies, occasionally they come up with a wee song that reminds you the day of the week. I'm really glad that exists. Urgent pickup request, definitely. No problem with that. Drive safely. It'll be fine. I'm going to need to remember all the buttons, but it's going to be fine. Oh. Oh, hey driver. There's a taxi here. I am your taxi. So subservient, Kazma. Waiting out for the What's on Your Plate song. What's on your plate? Oh. Yeah. That, I wonder if that Andy guy gets paid royalties every time they play that. I like how he has his own band, and that's cool. I like how he's got his musical stuff, but I do find it quite irritating that half the programming on CBeebies is just different situations where he shrinks himself down or goes back in time. Like, there's one where he works at is it the National Museum or something? He always breaks an exhibit and always goes back in time. Then there's one where, like, is there one where they're like in, like he shrinks himself down in a car or something because he's broken something, and I'm sure there's a third variant as well. There's at least two of them where he has to keep this ability secret. Oh shit. Refused. I'm not going any faster, mate.
お客さ
I'm
ん
observing the speed
無
limit.
理言わないでください
He is a liability.
今でも制
Yeah.
限ギリギリ
But I
で
mean,
走ってるん
it's
ですから
it's like I actually quite like all the CBBS. Character. This is good for anyone who's just thought, oh, this guy's streaming Yakuza 5. Wonder what he's talking about.
何かあったのですか
He's barely paying attention to the game and he's talking about the CBBS presenters. But you do realise that as a parent, like,
ひょっとして
it means a lot.
新聞に載ってた名古屋の件ですか
You get to know these people. He's just feeling his way upwards constantly. Yeah, I know. He was on Yolanda's Yolanda's jam band with his band. Is it Yolanda's jam band? I think it is. Sounds weird now that I'm saying it out loud. It sounds weird. This is good, actually. I'm enjoying that. Like, I'm killing off anyone's interest in watching this stream by talking about CBB. Could be worse though. Right, let's have a look. Does anyone else got any opinions on CBBS? Last thing I'll say about it is that I think what's it called? Midnight Garden? In the Midnight, I always forget what it's called. Whatever the Midnight Garden thing is. I think it's too energetic to put on right before bedtime. So I feel like it just ramps my daughter up instead of bringing her down, whereas I think that Moon Baby is better just before bed because it's a lot calmer and I quite like Mr. Onions. Yolanda's a classic dinner time show. I see the one with the lad who had a bandolier of harmonicas. No, I haven't actually. I feel like I've seen them all, but no, it's quite a good show. I quite like it. I've not seen the what was it? Is it Nick Cope's Popcast? In the Night Garden is too cheeky for wind down time. You're right, and then right at the end you've got is it Iggle Piggle? Is it Iggle Piggle? Whatever, the one with the red duvet, the red blanket, who's like refusing to go to his bed. So stay quiet. Yeah, what message does that send out? So, there we go. Imagine you were watching this because you're like stuck at something in Yakuza and you thought, oh, this might cover something you were stuck in, and the guy's talking about kids' TV programs. That one podcast advert song is very good. I've seen nothing more than that though. Although it's funny because he's the kid of he's probably older than me. The son of the guy who played like is it Hopkirk from the original Randall and Hopkirk deceased. And when he looks at the camera, it just takes me right back to when they used to show that on, like, I don't know if it was the BBC, I don't know if it was BBC Two or like Channel 4. I think it was BBC Two, but they used to show that on like heavily repeated. And it just gives me a big wave of nostalgia when you were like you only had council telly, which is what people in Scotland call terrestrial television. When you only had like 4 channels, so you had to just watch whatever was on. I'm not mentioning Daigo. Oh, yeah, I feel like I'm going to mention it. I'm going to risk it all. Yeah, that's a thing. I've totally lost track of what I was talking about. It's actually interacted with the game. Anyone have a barbecue today? We had one, it was incredibly disappointing. We only bought one, what do you call it, like thing of charcoal, and it didn't heat up in time, so we kind of kept everything on charcoal for about half an hour, and then it all went in the oven, which was pretty good. This is such a long road. You used to such a slowpoke. You did. You really did. It's weird looking at it. Like, I shaved my beard the other day into. I occasionally like to have a kind of moustache, but I'm feeling like the moustache and the longer hair, it's not necessarily going together. Like I don't know what kind of vibe I'm giving off now, to be honest. It's not a good vibe. Hi Graham. Heat taxi time. No, this is like that was the most boring bit of a game to stream, I think. Hopefully we'll get some heat taxing. Right. Remember that initiative? Trash thing? Oh yeah, picking up rubbish. Yeah, I remember. Yes. I picked up the most rubbish. Receive rewards? Yes. It's like we barely get any fares, but we're best at picking up rubbish. Yeah, I guess we'll keep picking up. Right, okay, something's wrong. Oh. Right, let's save. Yeah, maybe we'll try and pick up a wee taxi fare. I don't often do that. Like, don't think I did much of the taxi stuff first time around because I'm notoriously bad at following instructions. But as soon as more than one thing is up on the screen, I totally just freak out. But let's maybe see if we can get a lot of save screens. You know you've saved in a Yakuza game. It keeps coming up saying something's wrong. It feels is that the game telling me that, or is it someone here? Wage will be paid into your account as you complete race missions and taxi missions. You can withdraw your wages. Blah blah blah. Right. Oh, jeez. Let's see what we got. Oh, so right. Let the stream decide. Are we going to do a wee race, or are we going to do a wee taxi mission? While you wait, I'm going to take a drink. So it will be drink driving. I'm sorry. Taxi. Good. That's what we're going for. Thank you. Revol 1285. Taxi. Right, okay. Urgent fare. Seems like that looks like the person's been waiting longest. So I want to follow the rules. Can I remember? I hope it reminds me of the buttons actually. Right. It's going to be fine. How quickly does he need to get there? Arrive safely in 2 minutes is fine, surely. Yeah, top to bottom, that's fine. Difficulty 3 stars, is it out of a maximum of 3? Let's pause immediately so we can check the buttons. Brake, accelerate, change view, won't need that. Reposition, probably won't need that. That's fine. Toggle, alright, we're fine. Signal, okay. Indicate. Oh, that's good, that's good. Sudden swerve. Gives peace. Yeah, it's important 3 points. Right. I feel like I was actually going too slow. Having an accident won't help, you're right. Darted right out there. Reminds me of when I was doing my driving lessons and my whole life just felt like that. Right, I feel like I got this really confused last time. Let's go to a place to. Right, we're stopped, we're fine. I feel like at this point though, so many people cross that it's almost impossible to keep driving, and I'm not sure am I meant to toot the horn, because it feels like an infinite number of people are just deciding they want to cross this bit. Oh wait, there, we're fine. Stop again. Take it, I'm going. Actually, where's my map? Yeah, I'm going this way. Stop paying attention. Right, fine. Put my indicator on. It's a bad idea, definitely buy a full game of just taxi stuff. Oh, sim stuff like this is really popular, isn't it? This signal really needs to get. Oh wow! Getting a moped. This signal really needs to get moving because I'm going to be late. I really should have driven a bit faster. Oh, you're joking! You're absolutely joking me. You're absolutely joking me. Bad ING. Oh well, failed now. Oh well. I'm retrying it. You're right, I'm retrying it. I think maybe I was driving too. I think I was driving too slowly. Like, yeah, I'm always fascinated by all these sim games. Like, you see people who love like the big truck games and stuff like that. I find it endlessly fascinating. Ah, right. So that's that. Come on. Can't. I forgot the reverse button. I don't think there is one. Right, that was good. Right. I think 40 is the limit. Right, so we're fine. No one else committed. I kind of chased them a wee bit there, but we're okay. Okay. Seems okay. My head's just nodding away. I think they said 40 is the limit, so I'm just gonna stay around 42. Oh, seized my moment there. That was good. Sounds very good. Do you want to make it there or not? We're fine. We're fine. Destination. Right, I think we've... There we go. Completed. Easy. Wasn't there an old Japanese train sim? There was. Oh, I've played one. There's loads of them. Big daft controllers. But yeah, that junction is bad. But there was one on the 3DS that I bought, and it was like really fun, but also really difficult. Like I think I could get like the first 2 stations, and then after that, it got radically worse. Yeah, it was pretty it was pretty bad, but like I think they're really cool. Like just the idea of it, like simulation games really appeal. But it's just thinking like, do I really want to like drive? I don't know, the West Highland Way or something. I don't think that's a route in it. But we're gonna do a race. Yeah, it's not for me. Sim games I'm fascinated with, but I'm not very good at. I think it's my patience. I just don't have the patience. I think if it was all I wanted to play, I'd be fine. But I like a bit of variety. So I don't think it would be for me. But it is fun watching other people play them sometimes. So right now, I think, because I've been playing this purely for streams, which has been nice. Then I got Xenoblade yesterday, so I've been playing the new Xenoblade on Switch. New Xenoblade, but you know what I mean, Definitive Edition, on Switch, which has been excellent so far. Like really, really good fun. It looks amazing. Like it's ridiculous how good it looks. I've started with the Future Connect stuff, because I completed Xenoblade and I thought this is probably going to get spoiled if I don't. But it's been so impressive so far. Highly recommended for anyone who's either played it and wants to play it again or hasn't played it at all. And I've been playing Persona 5 as well, which I'm like 71 hours into now. So Persona 5 Royale, I should say. Which I will complete. I'm determined to complete it. It's a game that I've like, I kind of wish I could be like, you could just stream something at that point, but I feel like streaming a game 71 hours in is pretty, yeah. If you're we already have a very niche audience, and I feel like that would be even nicher for folk that are really desperate to watch when I'm like that far into a game. Yeah. I think I might shave this off tomorrow. Not feeling it. I don't know what it is. The moustache was kind of fun when I'd be able to go out the house and stuff. Like, I suppose you can go out the house more now, but it just feels like it'll look like some kind of lockdown thing. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I've had moustaches before. Yeah. Let me shave it off. It's a shame. I wish I could grow a beard. I just can't. I can grow a pretty good goatee, but can't have a goatee. A, because my dad's got one. And B, because I'll just end up looking like Ricky Gervais. So, can't do it. Stopping strangers. This moustache. Yeah, this is intentional. This isn't ironic. It's actually because I think it looks cool. I do like it though. But at the same time, yeah, I don't know. I don't like being clean shaven necessarily, but at the same time, I did that. That's for effect, so you know that I'm not clean shaven. but I do quite like having some kind of facial hair. But I just lost interest with the beard 'cause it was getting all scraggly on one side. Like it grows in okay on one side and not okay on the other. And when I try and neaten it, it just looks even worse. Just need patience. It's a good look, suits me, but that's even worse. Like if a moustache suits you, do you know what I mean? Right, okay. Devil Killer Watanabe. That's racing. See, will it go the way it usually does, which is like you do it alright, he catches you up for a while near the end, and then you get the heat move, and then it's just that's the end of the day. Indicator on. Ho ho ho. Silly boy. Crash into the back of that motor. Cancel indicator. I love the music we play for these bits. I wonder if, like, what playing comment on? Like, Initial D was the first kind of thing that really popularised the idea of street car racing. Look at that. Oof. Hit that. An absolute good position indicator. I'm not confused. Oh, I got a boost. I was going to say I forgot what the boost button is, but as you can see, I remembered it. Oh, I can't believe I missed the chance to do my heat move. That's terrible. Clean shaved once back in 2014, it was awful. I did it quite recently, I'm trying to remember when though. It wasn't too long ago. Like, it was probably like, I mean that's the problem is I can never remember when anything happened anymore. About 3, oh god, I've probably got no chance at winning this because I used my heat move. I missed my heat move. Yeah, I about three weeks ago maybe, had like a totally clean shave, like got the razor out and everything. And it just, I don't know. I don't mind it for about a day or so, and then it starts to get all scratchy and annoying, and I'm like, oh, that was just a daft thing to do. And I regret it every time, every single time. I'd try to grow a beard or something, and I shave it off, and I'm like, oh, why did I do that? I should have just kept it. Yeah, it happens every time. Right, okay, let's wait till we're on this straight, and then we're going to use the boost. I think we're alright. Oh no, he's beat me! He's actually beat. Oh, he's gonna beat me. That's really annoying. I can't believe I missed that twice. This is the first one, and I was like making fun of how easy it was gonna be, and I've lost. Yeah, we're retrying that. Last time I was clean shaven, I got ID'd trying to buy glue. No, that's good. I keep hoping occasionally that, like, because now you go out shopping wearing a face mask, that someone will ID me, because I'll be like, oh, maybe I'll look younger. But then I'm like, I don't know what I'm trying to say is like, do I think I've got an old mouth? Like, does my mouth look like in its 30s, which it is? And do I believe that the top half of my, at least I re-eyed that guy, and does my, like, the top half of my head look particularly young? And then I look at my hair and I'm like, there's nothing youthful about that, it just looks like a big mess. A healthy mess, which is good. But I think me and Ali figured out that my hair's probably the longest it's been since I was like 21, I think, and that was when I cut it from it being down to the middle of my back. And I went to go get it cut finally because I was like, right, I can't even. Right, let's keep the finger in the triangle. Yes, there we go, this is what you're meant to do. Yeah, like I had hair all the way down to like the small of my back. Finally went and got it cut, and then like I didn't get it, like what I should have done is just go from long and just shaved it, but I didn't. I kept it kind of not long, but long enough so that I had like a centre parting, which is powerful energy when you're like a 21-year-old guy with a really round face. So yeah, that's that. But it is getting quite long again. But I've not been tempted to cut it at home because I feel like cutting it at home is just going to work out badly. Not that anyone can really get close enough to see my hair, but at the same time, I don't know. Especially if you're wearing like a face mask, it feels like it accentuates everything else. Right, okay. Right, we are not losing this time. Surely. So it's catching up. Nah, we've won. We've won. Celebrating before the end. But I
いい
felt
レー
pumped
スだ
about
っ
it.
たぜ
Like how like he kind of like in Mario Kart. Well, not there's like in fact not Mario Kart because he keeps kind of driving, but just how he kind of slows down and seems to stop. Leveling up my driver level. That's good. That's like minus points on your license. The glasses tash at #1 all over will be a powerful look. Have you seen Tobias Fume from Arrested Development? That is almost exactly what I would look like. I don't have any wee denim shorts, but I could probably make some. Haven't cut my hair in 12 weeks now. Natural centre parting going on. It's the weight of the hair, I think, that does it. That does the natural centre parting. I haven't, Graham. I don't have any hair. Oh, that's a shame. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Graham. Sorry for boasting. Yeah, I've taken to occasionally using one of Alison's headbands just to like keep it out of the way when I'm doing things. Like I've started a new skincare regime. Wow, imagine coming into a stream of Yakuza 5. The top. So far I've talked about CBBS, my hair, and now my skin regime. But yeah, I don't. It's not long enough for a ponytail yet. Thankfully, it's long, but I don't think we're at top knot stage. Not yet. The annoying thing was I was actually going to go for a haircut when it all shut, so I was already like, I've not my haircut in like about a month and a half. I'll go get it cut. So, but I've no. I mean, there's so much more going on in the world than my long hair. So, shaved your head today, Time Skipper. How did it go? How's it looking? I'll take suggestions for my 90s boy band name though. Yeah, that's good. I don't know. Tyler? Is that a boy band name? Tyler? Sounds like one, doesn't it? Reckon you go for a Japanese pompadour style? Oh, that'd be amazing. I've always wanted, like, growing up, always, I don't know why, growing up, always wanted my hair to be slicked back. I don't know why. I grew up in the 90s, but just like something like slick like that, and it only ever stays slicked back if I come when I'm literally out the shower, because my hair's too thick to stay back. But I've always wanted that, or a proper like quiff, like a Mark Kermode style quiff. So maybe a pompadour would be quite good, but I feel like it would involve like it's like a time investment. That, do you know what I mean? And I touch my hair way too much, like I'm constantly fiddling with it to the point where one side of my hair grows in differently to the other because I go like that a lot to that side. So that side automatically grows in like that, whereas the other side just goes down the way because I don't do it on that side. Which does it, I don't need to do anything to it, it just does it itself. Same with Joe. Joe used to just go like that all the time with his hair when he was thinking or whatever, and then that bit would just come in like curly when it was longer. There you go. Do you remember the name of that Japanese band that I used to listen to? It wasn't Wild Zero because Guitar Wolf, that was it. They had quite a good look. Wild Zero was the name of their like zombie alien film that I've got on DVD somewhere. It's brilliant. I would highly recommend it. I was actually thinking, my save. I might as well go through the 50 screens that confirm you've saved. Like I've got a feeling. I'm not sure if it's still up, but the Yakuza film. Right there. It's a lot easier to shave my head after spending my 20s accidentally razoring the moles. Oh, that makes me feel really unwell. I've never ever wanted to take a razor to my head because whenever I have wet shaved, I always cut myself every single time. Doesn't matter how careful I am, how sharp the razor is, how long I take. I will always slice at least one bit of my face, and that's why I've never been tempted to take a razor to the top of my head because I'm like that kind of razor because I'm like it will not work out. Right. Let's go continue the story. I was thinking, like, does anyone know if the Yakuza film is still up on YouTube? I do it with a cutthroat razor. Wow. Yeah, that's cool. I had one of the like old-fashioned style like razors, you know, like a straight razor. I used that for a while, but it was mainly because I'm a wank, and I thought it looked cool to have it in the bathroom. But yeah, definitely not. When you go for a shower and use mint shower gel on a freshly shaved head, I don't feel like that stuff, like, I don't think it cleans you like soap cleans you. It's like acid, that mint shower gel. Remember the first time I used it and I was like, what is happening? Trying to impress visitors when they go to the toilet. Yeah, that's it. Well, let's have a look and see what kind of razor Scott uses. A straight razor? Who's this cool guy? It's best not to try and figure out what goes through my mind. But yeah, I was thinking, like, because I've seen people do, like, obviously people watch films together. But I was wondering if the Yakuza film is still up on YouTube, which it was a while ago, the HD one. It'd be quite fun to, like, do a wee Twitch stream of that. Like, obviously I don't think I could stream the film. Maybe? I mean, it's on YouTube, actually. And we could kind of watch it and chat. But I don't know if anyone's actually interested in that. Cause I'm assuming you can stream YouTube because, like, it's YouTube. Or we just like load up a Twitch thing and we do it more like a commentary, like we're all watching it at the same time and we're in the chat talking. Don't know. Would anyone be interested in that?
Yeah.
I'm just looking for an excuse to watch it again. I think I have seen it 3 times now, which is probably at least twice too often, but I've never seen the film, so I definitely have. It's the film, like the film is such a like it's a weird animal in that like some elements of it feel like they've just been cribbed from something else, so they've got nothing to do with. You want to fight, mate? They've got nothing to do with Yakuza, and other bits of it are like genuinely good. The movie version of Majima's excellent. Like I honestly don't think they could have done it any better, and I'm convinced there's elements of that Majima that then went into the game. Because it's there's like wee mannerisms that I'm like, that's not in the first game, which I think maybe only the first couple of games were out at the time, but it's things that he does in later games that appeared in there. I always feel sorry for this guy. That's our first fight of the stream. 35 minutes in, first fight. Didn't lay a finger on me. So we'll have a wee look. Maybe I'll do that next week. See if I can figure out how to get like, because right now I'm streaming this through like that's like the Elgato, whatever it's called, that's connected up. But I know I can't get YouTube to run on here because the way you've got to do the settings. But I'll have a wee look and see if we can figure out a way, because it'd be quite cool to have up on screen at the same time. But because I mean, obviously there's copyright things, but it is up on YouTube, so we'll see. Even if it's not something that can be saved anywhere, I don't really mind about that, to be honest. What am I actually doing story-wise here? Sorry, I realise I wasn't paying attention. That's just my wages. Oh, just head home once you're done. So we'll have a wee wander about then. Let's see, what's the upgrade? Fist reversal, yeah, I'll take that. I will take that. So yeah, I'll see what's a good night to do. I avoid like Tuesdays and Thursdays because that's when Richie streams. I don't think Guy's streaming right now, so we'll see. Obviously, check with my wife. See when we're free. Because we've been watching a lot of a Spanish TV show called Money Heist, which is on Netflix, which we've got like incredibly like addicted. I think we're nearly finished like season 2 or part 2 or whatever it is. We've got really into that in quite a big way. So, let's have a wee look. Nope, wrong button. Which one brings up the map again? There we go. That will be to bring up the map. That was another way. Right, where are we? So, let's go look at some question marks, get some fights going. But, yeah, so we'll probably do it maybe Wednesday night? Maybe? See, that's my Robert De Niro impression. My Robert De Niro impression's just on the face. I can't actually sound like Robert De Niro, but I can do a bit of the face. Just 'cause I'm a bit Italian, so. Woof. Right, who's next? Can I do the reversal? Oh, fuck up that one, didn't I? Very disappointing. Right. Who's this guy? There we go. It's quite refreshing actually playing, this is going to sound bad, but playing this in normal. Like I've ended up playing a lot of like games in easy mode purely to get like right through them. Yakuza 6 was, I didn't do that with Yakuza 6 because I actually ended up so over leveled in that there was no challenge otherwise. But like in some of them just so we've been able to get like a video out or something, I've played them in like easy mode. It's quite fun like playing this where like these guys are actually taking a bit of a beating, if you know what I mean. Though this move's terrible, it's absolutely wrong. Tried that once before with a weird film called Time Crimes. Every single person watching was totally confused by them. Time Crimes, that sounds familiar. Time Crimes, that sounds very familiar. I'm the only idiot from work still going to the office at the moment, so any night that isn't a school night preferably. Well maybe that's fine with me. Only that's a shame you're still going to the office. I've been furloughed, like because I swapped jobs in February and then I was furloughed in April, so I think I'm almost at the point where I've been furloughed from my job for longer than I actually worked my job, which is a weird situation to be in where you're like, by the time I go back I will have forgotten absolutely everything. Which is pretty funny, in a way. But I think I'm due to go back. I don't know, I mean I could go back at any time, really. Well, when I'm asked, obviously I can't just turn up. Say turn up, I'll work from home anyway. It is mad, yeah, it's, I mean, again, it's people in far worse situations, so I don't, I know how lucky I am that all things being good, I'll have a job, if you know what I mean, when this is all, things are back up around. But yeah, it is a bit of a weird situation where you're like, I left a job of like, I've been in for like 8 years. Well, a company I'd worked for, I should say, for 8 years. Oh, look at that, nice. And then this happened. But it was me, I was talking to Jim Purvis, and he's in the exact same situation. I don't think he's been furloughed, but he moved companies like at the wrong time. Everyone was furloughed apart from you. That's, I mean, maybe that signifies you're the most important one. That's how I would take it. If someone was to ask me, I'd interpret it that way. Can't wait to get back to work and get asked to brew beer. No idea how I'll use the brew house again. Yeah, it's there's so many things. Like, I mean, I don't really. What's scary? I don't really like to talk to. Well, I mean, because it's fairly for like it's all we talk about. But yeah, there's so many things that are quite difficult to figure out in terms of like, what does the next while look like? Even when we can go back and we can meet people, but in Scotland we just got what we call phase 1, sort of, which means you can go and like stand in somebody's back garden and things like that. So we went to go visit Joe, Joe and his family, because Joe had Joe didn't have a baby, his wife had a baby like a week and a half ago. So we went to go visit the baby and stuff like that from a distance, obviously. But it was such a weird feeling, like having to keep like my daughter and Joe's son like away from each other and stuff like that. And Hannah's quite good. She kind of understands. She doesn't quite understand why, but she understands there has to be a distance between her and like people she doesn't live with. But yeah, it was quite a weird situation, but still nice to see the child and stuff like that. But it was the baby. But at the same time, you're like, this is such a weird situation for us all to be in. We're working from home. It took me 3 weeks to actually do work and not hop on the PS4 at 7 AM. Yeah, my last job, when I worked from home, I'd work from home occasionally, like maybe once a week or something. The workload was very variable. Sometimes you'd be really busy, and other times it was like, oh, just find something to do. So sometimes that thing for me was, I would find Sekiro to do, or find any game to do. I'm pretty sure that's what I did when I completed Sekiro. Actually, I was working from home and just did all my work pretty far in advance, and then I was like, right, this afternoon is me completing Sekiro, which still took me like a ridiculous amount of time. Oh, is this the cycling thing? I think. Yeah, it's weird, like, because I went from working in offices to my new job is exclusively from home, and it's such a weird experience. I thought to begin with I'd be like, that's quite easy, but I think you do genuinely begin to miss the social aspect of working in an office. Like, I think there's only so many Google like Hangouts you can go on before you're like, this isn't quite the same. But that was also very new to it, you know what I mean? Barely in the job, and then this happened, so that doesn't help. I've been working from home for 3 years, so a few of my colleagues asked me for advice on how to do it. Step one: don't have two small children at home all the time. Yeah, that's definitely a big thing. Like the situation that I'm in is that we sold our flat. So me, my wife had a flat in Glasgow that we lived in with our daughter, and we sold that in the end of November, and we moved in with our in-laws for what we imagined was going to be like a couple months until we got a new place, and then obviously I swapped jobs, and then this has happened. So we've now been living here for 6 months. In fact, it's nearly 7. No, 6 months. December, and then all these months. And yeah, so it's taken a bit of an adjustment. So working from home has always been a bit weird because I've been doing it here, where there's more people than usual than we'd have if we're still at our old place. But that's life. Yeah, and obviously not having nursery to pap my daughter into every morning's been pretty like, it's been fun. Like we get on really well. She's only 3, but she is very funny. We've been teaching her. She's getting really good at the alphabet. She can do she can spell her name, and she's beginning to learn how to write a wee bit and stuff that I wasn't doing when I was 3. But at the same time, like yesterday was the first time she's been able to like run about with another child, even though they were making sure there's a big space between them. It's the first time she's actually been able to like do something like that, and it was sad that we had to like keep like, oh no, don't go too close, don't go too close. But still nice that she got the chance to do it. Yeah, worried about mental health. Yeah, it's try and complete Yakuza 0. That will definitely help you. That will definitely help. Yeah, I think it has been tough. Like the first, like, I think after I was furloughed, the first like 2 weeks I felt rotten. Like just couldn't. It was like I couldn't adjust. I kept thinking I'm going to be called back any minute to do work, even though if you're furloughed, you're meant to have like 3 weeks of not at least a minimum of 3 weeks non-work. But I couldn't settle. I was getting like splitting sore heads. Like even though I was like, oh, I've got all this not necessarily spare time because you still look after my daughter, but I was like, oh, I've got like time to do stuff. I just could not commit. Like it was kind of like, oh right, I was going to say I was going to show me the buttons. All of the food stall to go, unlike regular text missions, there are no penalties. That's good. Because there is no conversation, you also won't receive bans for that, blah blah blah. Yeah, I felt terrible, like really low, which I know a lot of us have been feeling as well with this, but it was so odd that I was like, I've always wanted a bit of time off, and then suddenly I felt terrible with that. 3's a wild age, like before European you imagine kids with blank slates. Yeah, I know, that is weird, like I don't remember much of when I was very young. But yeah, it's funny just how creative and imaginative she is, and how like so many things just sink right into her brain, and she just does not forget them. Like she's been demanding we play Katamari Damacy recently, a game that we played when it was on the Switch. And like every so often she'll be like, "Can we play Katamari Damacy?" Like it's just funny, these things that just sink into her mind. She just doesn't forget anything because you can't work from home. Graham, because you can't work from home. Yeah, it's pretty tough. Like, invest B? Did you invest B? Whatever that means. Is that like, oh, because I can't work from home and I'm furloughed, I've been bored out of my mind. Now that uni's finished for the year. Yeah, like not having that extra distraction. It's quite tough. I was like, invest B? Is that something to do with like Bitcoin? May have changed the video backgrounds from meetings to camera roadshow. Yes, that's good. And my computer is not good enough. My work computer is good enough to do that, but I'm not allowed to use it. So. None of the laptops in the house for Zoom can be creative and fun in that way. Not that I use Zoom that often. I'm with the in-laws too. Our house was mid-renovation when all this started. Oh, Jesus, that's. I suppose though, at least the good thing is you know that once it's been renovated, you can go straight in. Whereas like we're, the good thing is our home deposits like getting bigger because our bills are so low. But at the same time, you're like, we don't have like we've not even the weekend we were going to go for a mortgage meeting was the weekend that everything started getting closed. And obviously no one's really selling anything right now, so we'll find it will be fine. Again, we're in a very lucky position compared to a lot of other people, so I'm very grateful. But at the same time, I'm like, it'd be nice to have our own space, but that's just life, innit? It's a strange time to go house shopping. It is a strange time. It is a very strange time. I should probably play the game at the same time, shouldn't I? That's what Twitch is about. Yeah, it will be fine. We are, as I say, we're lucky. In a lot of other ways. So, oh, I forgot this is as fast as I can go. That's fine. I can probably take my eyes off this. Actually, we're fine. Invest using autocorrect. Yeah, it's like, is he using this? Like trying to. Am I meant to tap this? Wait there. Accelerate reposition, just in case there was something that's like, oh yeah, you're doing it wrong. Like, obviously, kind of just wander into somebody's house to look at it, like. Because they were like, oh, the house market can restart. Be like, but how do you go in? How do those things when they're like, yeah, you can't go into someone else's house. If you're visiting, you're not meant to go into someone's house. So, yeah, it's a bit weird. I was hoping for a cheeky Yakuza 7 release date before the end of the year, but it's feeling unlikely. Well, they've said it's going to be a launch when... Wait, did it say I need to wait for lights? Fuck, I'm ignoring it. Over here I do. I'm getting that on -10. This pace. Oh, is it coming down to this junction again? Wait, how far am I going? Oh, it doesn't show me. Well, Yakuza 7, they've said it's going to be like a launch window title for the Series X, which I believe, as far as I'm aware, is still coming out this year. So I imagine we're going to get it this year, but I don't know. It's a bit up in the air. It could be that what they'll turn around and say is like, right, you're not going to get a physical release. It might be a digital release, and then they'll follow up with a physical release. So that's funny. It's always that wee bit someone runs around. But I mean, who knows? I mean, again, there's a lot of other priorities that companies need to be more aware of. I do respect that some people, like, I think was it with the Nintendo Directs, Nintendo said like, we don't have any plan because it take a while to put together, and because of what's happening right now, we just don't have the kind of the bandwidth essentially to do it. So see that with like a second to spare. Yeah. I'm hoping they confirm Yakuza 5 as a launch title for PS5 too. Yakuza 7, sorry, it's a launch title. Yeah, I mean, again, imagine if they're bringing it, if it's coming out in the Series X, surely it would come out in the PS5. It's a good way to like make a lot of money. And Yakuza has been a series that has kind of gone cross-generational in the past. Where like 5 was a PS4 game and stuff like that before. So and hopefully, it's the 4th. I think whenever the 4th is, that's when the PS5 thing is. So would that be Thursday? I don't know what day. Today's the 20. No, today's the 30th. 31 days in May, isn't there? 30 days. Yeah. So it'll be Thursday. I don't know. I'm expecting. I don't know what to expect. It's such a weird like. Feels weird that there's the PS5 is coming out, but there's like I think I remember an article a while ago. They were saying like they assume there's going to be limited stock purely because like factories being closed and stuff like that. So it'll be interesting, but I think if they go on and they say right, we're not making it backwards compatible, you'll get PS Now, which they're doing, but we're not going to be like you put in a PS4 disc and it'll work. I think my enthusiasm for it's going to go down pretty fast. Trying to download a PS5 digital only, a digital only PS5. Just print it out. So I think I would need. If I was going to replace or buy a PS5, I would want it to be like that's my PS4 away now. I can just have this one console. If that's not going to be the case, then I'm going to have to wait for something pretty special to come out. My luck today is terrible. Things won't be going your way, so avoid anything involving luck. Alright, cool. Don't know, I mean, is anyone else, like, definitely, like, say it comes out this year, I mean, what's your price? What's your maximum price that you're like, right, as long as it's below this, I'm buying it. So I think for me, obviously the maximum price, I mean, free would be great, but I would say 400 is my kind of like, right, if it came out at 400, I could see myself stretching, making space in a budget to save up. I would say above 400, then it's probably, I mean, £1. Yeah, I mean, if it was £1, yeah, I mean, I'd take it, I suppose, but imagine that. Right, there's not gonna be a lot of stock of this, guys, because we're making a pound. 400 is about the most I'd pay. They need, the controllers are pretty. Yeah, I find the price of controllers wild, to be honest. Like, I mean, recently, this is annoying. I was playing Ring Fit the other day on the Switch, and like one of the coverings of my Joy-Con started to like come off. I managed to get it back on, but it's kind of like lumpy. It's weird. I was like, oh, I really want it. Like, it's fine. Like, it's fine to play. But at the same time, I was like, if I want to replace that, that's like £35, just for half of the controller. And it's pretty depressing, to be honest. Just how much money I've spent on pads. I think weirdly the PS4 is the Sony console I've had to buy the most pads for. Purely the first pad that came with it stopped like turning off, so it would just stay on all the time, and sometimes then it would be linked, but it wouldn't do anything, so I'd have to push like the wee reset button on the back. Then I got another one, which then either my brother-in-law or my daughter broke. It still works fine, but the triangle just sticks. So if I push it down, it just like the triangle just doesn't work properly, and it really bugs me. So I've got this one, which I put in a drawer when I'm not using it, so that like the blue one, which isn't working properly, can get used. But this is kind of like my Daddy's playing a video game now. I'm going to use my controller. £300, but I don't see with the Switch being like 279. I don't see the PS5 being only like 20 quid more expensive, to be honest. You bought a Switch and can't get on with it. That's a shame. Like, I think it is still like I think it's a weird console in that it's not going to satisfy you if what you're wanting fully is like under the TV console. Though there's brilliant games on it. It's still maybe not got the range of like something like the PlayStation or the Xbox. And that, I mean, don't be wrong, like in my opinion the Switch has some of the best games that have been made in the last, don't know, 5-10 years. But at the same time, if you're not into Zelda, which is very like if that's not your kind of game, if you're not into Mario Kart, which in fairness is a re-release of a game that came out of the Wii U, then it's easy to see why the Switch wouldn't necessarily be someone's perfect console. If you're a commuter, it's great, but if you're in the house, it can be a bit of a mixed bag, especially when you consider that so many of the games that come out for it, the multi-platform ones, are usually cheaper and run slightly better on other consoles, like XCOM 2 coming out, Bioshock coming out. I mean, again, it's great these games are coming out, and if you've got no other way to play them, you should probably keep playing the game, shouldn't you? Then that is brilliant, but at the same time, I'm sure there's people out there who aren't that bothered about paying £50 for a game that you could buy on Steam for a tenner. I'd say the Switch is an incredible platform built on a shoddy piece of kit. Yeah, even like I've got... you're right, mate. Like I just bought a new Switch. Like I replaced my Switch Lite and got like a TV Switch again, and it still like feels like it did when I bought it. Like bought an original one. It's just, yeah, they've not made any real improvements to it. Still feels like I could snap it, which is weird. And the controller's still, it's odd. Other bits of kit feel really good. Like the Pro controller feels really good, but it felt great for the Wii U as well. Though I did get those like the big daft Demon X Machina split pads, so you can now turn your Switch into like it's like about that long now, and it's got like half a Pro controller on each side. That's pretty fun. Let's see. Sorry, catching up. My PS4 controls all track to the left now whenever I click the R3 button. That's weird. That's probably not good. Took 20 hours to figure out to have motion controls on Zelda. Yeah, I don't use the motion controls on Zelda. It's not my cup of tea. Mario Odyssey is great, and I'm really hoping those rumours about Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 coming to Switch are true. Because I would love that. Even I'd play Sunshine as well. I quite enjoyed Sunshine. Downside of Switch has been the online functionality. Yeah, I agree. Like not being able to send messages. Just how fiddly it can be. Is that woman laying an egg? Alright. Alright, fair play. Yeah, the online stuff just it's been Nintendo's biggest problem. Like saying, like, right, we'll sort online chat. Here's an app you can download on your phone to use is such a weird thing. Like, Bluetooth functionality would be ideal, but then there was that was it Splatoon or something? They brought out that Splatoon headset you had to buy if you wanted to play it through the Switch. I thought it was just madness. Yoshi's Crafted was an incredible game that nobody talks about. I've not played it actually. I think sometimes there's great like Nintendo games like that. The problem is like some of them end up keeping the price for so long, like quite high prices, that people aren't necessarily as bothered about spending. Like, oh, I love this movie. Like, say £40 on a bit of an unknown quantity. Like a bit of a, oh, this looks interesting, but is it like £40 interesting? And the answer's probably no. Ooh. Oh, that would hurt. That would definitely hurt. Buy the headset, plug it into your phone, link the app up, and you can chat to your pals. Yeah, exactly. It's yeah. I don't know if it's just. I think Nintendo do think that they just don't have to have as good an, like, that we'll just accept whatever online service we get from them. And I think at one point when you weren't getting much out of online games, but we're talking about back in like PS2 and Xbox days, when they were like, oh, what's the point in this? But I think since then, that's the biggest area they've lagged behind. I think in terms of like quality of their own games, it's very hard to fault. But I think in terms of like all the stuff, like, I mean, that's what Xbox is. Xbox and Microsoft, I think, out the gate were like, right, online is what we're going to go with. And that's why like some of the big online multiplayer games like Halo and all that chat have been so popular, because they did it properly and they did it first. Hey, this guy looks familiar. At this point, my PS4 is most used for playing Star Trek Online. I really love that you're committed to Star Trek Online. I've not played any like kind of big online games like that, but I really like when people are like that. They've kind of picked their game that they like to play, and it doesn't have to be like a big popular. It's just one they really enjoy. I've got a lot of admiration for people that do that, because I'm very fickle. Whereas like I feel like people like yourself are more like, right, I found something I truly love and I'll put time into it. Oh, because you hiding? See? I was trying to figure out, was that a taser or was he taking his phone out? Was he taking his phone out? Was it, did I alert the guard? Switch has been the first handheld I've actually taken outside of the house. I propped up in the garden, did some ring fit out there this morning. That's a nice idea. That's actually, do you know, that is a nice idea. If it wasn't for the fact I'm embarrassed for my neighbours to find out that A, I play a video game, fitness game, and B, they'd have to figure, well, I mean, it's not like anyone looks in the garden. The back of the garden's like a big field. But that's an idea though, I might try it. Xbox Game Pass is incredible for trying out things. I've been on the fence. But yeah, it's stuff like that. It's like PS Now just doesn't seem to have the same, from what I understand, the same kind of accessibility. So yeah, I just don't feel like that entices me. Whereas the Game Pass stuff like seems to get really fresh and interesting stuff, and that's like games. Stop saying stuff. Really interesting games. Nearly said stuff again. They're bringing out mobile cash grab Elder Scrolls Blades on the Switch. Yeah, it's out. I think you can get it already. It does not appeal. Like I kind of glanced at it. I think someone I used to work with had it on their phone, like when it was in beta or something, and I tried it out, and it was just not. I mean, I'm not a huge Elder Scrolls fan to begin with, but I was not, like, teleporting at goblins wasn't like the best experience. Playing Gato Roboto and My Friend Pedro as part of a subscription. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like their game, I own both of those games on Switch, but they're definitely ones that I'm like, if I could have played a service that's like, oh, you can play and complete this without having to actually buy the games, that'd be fine. Although out of the two, I actually really enjoyed Gato Roboto. My Friend Pedro was really cool up until I found out that it was very kind of set, if you know what I mean. Like you kind of had a route through the levels. It was the best route, and that was the one to follow. Like there wasn't. You could experiment a wee bit, but as much as it allowed you to. But it was still cool. Like when you would actually get a flow going, it was like properly amazing. But it does feel kind of a shame that no one talks about it. Like it felt like one of those like tons of gifs were being shared about it, and people got really hyped when the game came out, and then people just stopped talking about it. Which I don't know. That was maybe just my perception of it, but that's how it felt. But Gato Roboto was like a really fun kind of Metroid game, and I really enjoyed that. STO is an off-canon murder everyone simulator. STO. Oh, Star Trek. Star Trek Online. That's quite interesting. Yeah, My Friend Pedro. Yeah, it's. I mean, I enjoyed it, completed it, but yeah, in some ways it reminded me of like Flash games that I used to play when I was younger. Like it just had that feel to it. Like, but it wasn't a bad. It was in no stretch a bad game, but just not quite what I was looking for, I think. Did anyone like talking about Star Trek Online? Did anyone watch Picard? Yeah, that was something on it. Oh, some more rubbish to mystery. It was just a murder simulator, and that's what it made me think of. Oof! See that wee dodge? Cheeky. Right, let's see if I can get that counter going. Oof! Stitch that. He's the instigator, so he's going down first. Cheeky. This guy's good. I like him. Like actually dogging it more. Oh, but he's getting one of those right to the face. I think it was maybe it was a Flash game. That would probably explain why I think it was like a Flash game. Oh, don't you dare run away. Oh, I missed him. Missed him by a country mile. Talk about Picard. Yes, I liked it. I'm a huge Trek nerd. That said, the best thing about it, about any new Trek series film, is the sheer amount of fume from gatekeepers. Yeah, it did feel a wee bit like. I mean, I would never describe myself as a huge Star Trek fan, although I probably have watched quite a lot of Star Trek. Like growing up, again, it was like when we're talking about terrestrial TV, you didn't get a lot of options. So watching Star Trek was something pretty much you always watched. Was like Fridays at like 6 o'clock was like original Star Trek, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays or something was like Next Gen, something like that. And Mum and Dad were big fans, so I did watch that. And I quite like Deep Space Nine, but I wasn't a huge fan of Picard. So don't think it really needed to exist. And obviously, folk enjoyed it. That's perfectly fine by me. But I just wasn't. I don't know. Just something about it. It didn't quite click with me. I think the swearing actually. Like I don't know why they keep adding swearing to like shows that could be like fairly all ages. Star Trek, obviously violence as well. But for me, like growing up, like what I always liked about Star Trek, like Star Trek and Deep Space Nine, all that barring a couple of episodes, it was all pretty all ages stuff. Like all stuff I could sit and watch with Mum and Dad at like 6 o'clock on a weeknight kind of thing. Whereas then like Discovery did it as well. Like had a couple of episodes, just like literally once or twice where like characters would swear. Like, what's the point? Like who's that for? More than anything else. On the back of shows that I was actually really enjoying, and I was like, it didn't make me turn them off and be like, this is terrible, how dare you? But at the same time, I was like, it just seems a bit silly. Like, do you know what I mean? That's just my opinion. But I actually really enjoyed Star Trek Discovery. this was big fun sci-fi. It just looked like a big Mass Effect TV show, which I don't know if that's what they were going for. Probably not, but it did have that kind of look to it. Let's see what we're going to upgrade. Right, stability. That's kind of boring. Pull up, yes. Pull up a fallen enemy. Yes, definitely. Knockdown reversal. Let's see. Enhanced grab. Yep, firearm flip. Yep, definitely. Right. Let's actually go and continue the story, shall we? Because we're just wandering about. I think there's a juvenile vibe to swearing in TV shows. It's like what 13-year-olds think's cool. Oh, walking to a post while I'm talking. Yeah, I think there's an element of that. Like this is how we can either seem edgy or what am I looking for? Or is this? I realise that I don't know if I'm, like what side quest I'm following. Yeah, it's not my cup. It's the swearing just seems a bit odd. But I'm sure they were like, oh, this plays well with this demographic. But each to their own. Each to their own. I'd love a new Mass Effect. It's like I did start playing Andromeda. Although the noise it made my PlayStation make was so off-putting and so loud that eventually I was like, I can't keep playing this because I'm pretty sure it's going to destroy my PlayStation. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Like, the thing is, everyone made out to be like it was terrible. I did have a few weird problems with it, but overall, what I played of it, I enjoyed. But I would just really like Mass Effect 1, 2 and 3 again, which is terrible. But, I don't know, I like it. So, if they stuck that on PlayStation or Switch, I'd definitely buy that, because that's good. I love big science fiction games, and there's just not, I don't know, the ones that come out tend to be shooting games, like, and that just doesn't interest me as much. I'm kind of interested in that's one of the reasons I'm interested in Cyberpunk, is purely because it's sci-fi. But I'm still kind of worried that it's not going to be my cup of tea. But I did love The Witcher. It's in your granddaddy Star Trek. Took an attempt at playing Final Fantasy VII Remake last night. My PS4 sounded like the launch of a Saturn V rocket. Yeah, it's weird. This is very quiet. Like, this isn't really troubling it much. Persona doesn't really trouble it, but then, like, there'll be some games where, like when I was playing Warzone last week, I was like, wow, this is like really bad. Like, I know people are like, it's not that difficult to open it up and blah blah blah, and I'm like, no, it will not go well for me. I just don't see myself like being the kind of person that can do that without it going terribly wrong. Not that I'm not technical, but I'm just not very lucky. I would lose a bit. Something bad would happen. I love their vessels. Oh, terrible. That would really happen. I still don't get why the hosts fight me, because these are just guys that work in clubs, aren't they? Look at this guy, trying my signature move. Respect, but this is how you do it. See, this is a teachable moment. Because you'll never do it again, because you'll be in hospital. I wish No Man's Sky scratched that sci-fi itch for me. Yeah, No Man's Sky was for like that was going to be my. I can play like a space game, because I tried Elite, and just couldn't, like, again it was cool, but it's like when I was like, let's go back to something I was talking about an hour ago. Simulators I just can't get on with, and Elite was kind of closer to a sim game. I just could not get on with it, but I thought No Man's Sky, that could be good, and like, although I had tried it when it launched, I'd heard, like everyone has, that's got better. I picked it up not too long ago, and it was much better than it was when it came out, but it still just wasn't quite for me. But the improvements are brilliant. If you see it going at a cheap price, it is worth trying out, but yes, it's still not quite. Look at this guy. Still not quite my kind of thing. Someone really needs to explain. But the Persona games aren't like, the newer ones are like, I didn't really get on as much with like Persona 3. I've not played Persona 1 or 2. They're kind of Like they look difficult. I tried some of Persona 3 but just didn't click, but I've played and completed Golden, which was like the Vita one, and the kind of Vita update of Persona 4, and obviously now I've played Persona 5. Oh no, that's not something fine. Yeah, I played like the vanilla version of 5, didn't really click with it, and now Royal's just absolutely... they're not that difficult, it's just you have to have a bit of patience for tutorials, because like you spend at least the first 10 hours of the game with it telling you how to play it, then after that there's still more to learn. But I actually think they're quite accessible, but it's more to do with time management, because it's like there's so much more to playing. It's not just purely, oh, I'll make one pal. You end up with like, I think in this one you get like 23 what they call confidants, and you can kind of develop relationships with all of them, and it's picking like, right, who's worth getting to know now, does the ability they give me, is it worth getting, blah blah blah. And that's where it gets tougher, because it's like it comes down to like time management, which is less fun, but it's still a good game. I bumped into Sean Murray from Hello Games not long ago, and he's a nice guy. Oh, I may want to give it another go. Oh, that's nice. Whenever I've like read interviews, or watched anything he's involved in, like he seems really nice. Like I think I'm trying to remember what. It was a really good video I watched, which kind of went into like how things went, not wrong, but the kind of over-promising of it, and how they were kind of pushed to release something really before it was ready. It was very interesting. Like I do, like no one deserves the reaction they got when that came out, but at the same time I don't think there's many teams that have ever really just been like, right, we're going to get our heads down and make this better. Probably just, I mean, in modern times the only ones I can really think of are that and Final Fantasy 14, where they've really said, right, we're going to just really go back and make sure that what we give you is something better. Whereas a lot of other, like, I mean, look at that wrestling game that was the WWE game that came out last year, and it was like just like faces going inside out and hair everywhere, and as far as I'm aware it's not really been fixed. It's just been like, right, there you go. And it's again, I don't blame people that make it, because like it's not necessarily an individual's fault, it's more to do with the company themselves and being like, right, just get this out the door, we need to make money. But I've got a lot of respect for people that are like, right, we're going to just keep improving and improving, and that's cool with like No Man's Sky, but again, just not my kind of game. You bought a flight stick for Elite? Wow. I thought it looked really cool. Like Elite, I think I knew I wasn't going to enjoy it as soon as I tried to land my ship, and it just took me like ages. But then I was playing it on PlayStation, which probably isn't the ideal way to play anything like that. Yeah, it wasn't great. I mean, it was fun, but it wasn't great. The VR mode in No Man's Sky does sound pretty cool. I don't have a VR headset, but it is cool. Should borrow Joe sometime. Although you can't now, can you? It's always my issue with Yakuza, it's hard to know when the story starts. Yeah, I did buy an auto lander module in the end, actually, funnily enough. It's hard to know when the story starts. Do you mean like overall, like in terms of the whole series, or do you mean just when you're actually playing the game?
いや、鈴木さん。
お前ら、どうしてここに？
事情は後で説明します。それより兄貴、森永の兄貴の治療をさせてもらえませんか？すいません。
Gotta love when some strangers just turn up to your house.
迷惑かけるなってこいつに言ったんですが。兄貴、しっかりしてください。兄貴。
Under this bridge again. I'm trying to remember if the bridge is actually near his house or not. Yeah, Graham, I was pretty much in the same boat. Though I did think it was funny that if you took too long doing something, like too long getting out of like parking or things like that. They would like open fire on you because you'd like lost your license to land your ship. Stuff like that was really funny. Playing the game, patience never great, end up missing stuff, just skipping the story. Yeah, I get that. Sorry, I keep adjusting this camera. I keep trying to find like the perfect angle to make me look as handsome as possible. Don't know if that angle exists. Yeah, I'm quite bad sometimes for popping like a headphone in and listening to podcasts while I play games, so I feel like I miss quite a lot. I mean, with this, it's a game I've played before, although they've redone the localization. I can kind of follow along the story just because I have played it before. Probably depends on the game I'm playing, in terms of how focused I am and what the story is. Because there's plenty of games you end up playing that like the story doesn't do anything for. Cause I remember when I played Xenoblade for the first time, and I'm sure I went at one point like 15 hours between like cutscenes, and I was like, what is the story? What am I doing? And then something like kicked up, and I was alright, cool, I know what I'm doing now. But yeah, I mean, story in these games is weird because the main thrust of the game, the thing you do more than anything else, isn't necessarily story related. It's all the side stuff. It's just fighting people in the street. It's not like a Metal Gear game where really you're always kind of aware of what the story is. The story's like this ever-present weight, which is I'm not using that as like it's a negative thing. It's a good thing, but yeah, it's a very different type of game where it feels like the story takes a big backseat to what you want to do in the game, which is good. But yeah, it depends on if that's the kind of game you enjoy playing. I'm playing my 7th or so run of Resident Evil 2 while watching it. Wow. Playing a game while watching a game, that's really impressive. I think I've done that with Richie's streams before, like maybe if I was grinding. Like I used the bit in Persona 5 called Mementos, which you can kind of just blast through and just grind. So I've done that a few times. Possibly my greatest gaming moment in Elite, accidentally shot a police ship and got blasted to 1% health, everything destroyed my ship, bugged out and got back to the station with a massive bounty in my head, and sneaked in and got my ship fixed with 11 seconds to spare. That's very cool. That's cool. I just couldn't get into it. It's like that and what's the other one? Eve. I have tried Eve Online, and I'm absolutely fascinated by Eve Online. Like it seems to be like the most interesting like online game. Like when it comes to like that kind of communities thing, I just find it endlessly fascinating. But anytime I've tried to play it, it is an absolute slog. I like to read about it. Like when they're like, oh, they've done this huge raid and it's been underhand like corporate action, like spies and stuff. I find that endlessly fascinating. But playing it was like pulling teeth. It's become almost like a puzzle game. Resident Evil, there are puzzle games, aren't they? That's kind of well. Resident Evil 1, 2, 3 were definitely quite puzzly. 4 was a bit less puzzly, and then 5 was just purely opening gates. I really like Resident Evil 5, but yes, I don't think you could really say 5 or 6 were like puzzle games, particularly. But I feel like the earlier ones were definitely more puzzling. I ain't going near Eve, it's full of psychos. I think it's full of people that are very committed. And again, that's cool. Like, again, find your thing and enjoy it, which is what it seems like Eve players do. But I'm sure there's very welcoming communities in it, but it's just not for me. And 6 we don't talk about. Yakuza. Resident Evil 6 is fun. It's just not like Resident Evil, not in the way that certainly the other ones are. I mean, 5 was really kind of like stretching it for some people. I think 6, when you could go like Wesker's son? You could go and his bits were more like just punching monsters. I don't know if I've got that mixed up in my head now. But yeah, 6 was a bit of a odd fish. But again, like if you really enjoy what you're playing now, maybe you wouldn't have got that if 6 had been more conventional. Do you know what I mean? So if you're really enjoying like the remakes of 1, 2 and 3 and what they've done, and the direction the series is going now, maybe you wouldn't have got that without Resident Evil 6. Maybe. Or maybe you would have, who knows.
状況は分かった。だが俺は本当に大悟の居場所を知らないんだ。
I think we'll play for a bit
4
longer.
代目だってこ
Just
と
because there's a lot of
やっ
cutscenes.
と認めてくれましたね。
もう騙し合いは終わりだ。
Some of this has been quite nice. This was
本当に大悟の足取り
£1.44
は分からないんか。
in my local Tesco. Goose IPA.
桐生さんの車を降りた後、
It's
ホ
quite
テル
nice.
に戻って
Again,
すぐ
don't drink a lot of beer.
他のタクシーに乗ったという情報もありません。
どこかに隠れているという可能性は。
そんなことをする理由がありません。
なら可能性は一
We
つ
wouldn't have got any of it without the money from 6. That gave me a fortune. Did it?
拉致されたと
I
考
suppose
え
it
る
was
のが
like
自然だと
a
思います。
Resident Evil game.
犯人は 山笠組か。
And it was cool. I mean,
可能性
there
は
was
あります。
3 different stories it
下
had.
の方の連中は
Like,
杯のことよく
I
思ってない
feel like I need to replay it at some point. I can't remember so much of it.
でも なんか
I
引っ
did
かか
love
りません。
5 though. A real soft spot for
何かで
Resident Evil 5. I probably
だっ
should
て
have. But I
い
did
くら
enjoy it.
そう思ってたと
I
して
had a
も
bottle of raspberry and pineapple
どうしよう
cider
会長
tonight.
は
Very nice.
山笠組
Mm.
組の白人
Yeah,
で
I
すよ
know, like sugary cider
俺ら
tastes
下っ端
amazing.
の組員とは喧嘩になるようなことはあっても
Tastes amazing, but as soon as you get
組
into
長
like
客
the
人を襲うなんてことをするでしょうか。
like
確かにな。
passion fruit and all that stuff, you're
山
like,
笠
right,
組
I'm
の下っ
just
端連
it's
中
just
に
pure
そ
sugar,
んな度胸があるとは思えない。
which I have a
じゃあ
weakness
一
for,
体誰が
but I try not to really drink it anymore. Just feels
俺
too
の電話
much.
だ。あいつは
Like
Jacket
especially
over,
like I said,
Kate.
like at the most I'll maybe have 1 can of Coke a week. So drinking like a big bottle of like fruity cider is just a bit much for me.
はい森永です。はいはいなんですって。はい今すぐ戻ります。はい失礼します。
Anyone doing anything
どう
nice
したんですか
tomorrow?
兄貴。青山組長が会長代行に就任するらしい。会
More
長
see
代行
moustache, like on
で
the
もまだ
the
堂
stream
島
the
会長が
more
いなくなってから2日しか
I'm
経って
liking
ま
it
せんよ。
again.
なのに
Like just
ど
out
うし
the
て
corner of my eye.
それだけ本家が山笠組との
But I like
を
a
合わせている
moustache
というこ
and
とだろう。
stubble because I feel like moustache and clean shaven face is too much. That looks way too. I think it's
0
aggressive.
時過ぎから説明があるそうだ。今すぐホテルに戻ろう。
Maybe like shaving your whole head and then just leaving your fringe or something. It's too much.
お世話になりまし
I
た。
feel like Kazuma's like evening tracksuit.
役に立てなくて悪かった。
Looks very warm.
いえ、4代目が
Do
堂
you think
島
he
会長
buy-
を
he
見捨て
bought
たわけ
that?
じゃないということが分かっただけでも。
It's difficult to imagine Kazuma buying
気をつけろ。
clothes that aren't like his usual gear.
それじゃ
Like, don't know. Maybe he does. I think I always find it difficult imagining people going to a shop or going online and buying the clothes they're
so-
wearing. I don't know if that's a weird thing to say.
桐生さんに一つ伝えておいた方がいいことが。
I think because like for me, clothes shopping is very mood
あの
orientated.
女性、
And I only buy stuff if I'm in the right
Maybe
mood and blah blah blah.
あの女には
And I think I just assume everyone's like that with clothes. Like there must have been some attachment to it, like
Okay,
something like,
okay.
oh, this is why I bought this hat or whatever. But he just bought it because he wanted it probably. More C++ coding, so I hate myself. But think about the amazing things you'll be able to do with C++. You think about it, because I don't understand that kind of stuff. I'm a simple person. Oh, I get some sleep. Oh, there we are. The next day. I'm on the late shift. I mean, look at that. Look at. Can I go? Let's just get a better position for this. Oh. It's like they hoped no one would ever look at it. Like, oh, no one. Oh, didn't worry about it. No one's ever gonna look at. Is it a hoodie? Is that a cardigan? I mean, that looks like a zip. It's just like a. It's like let's get Is that meant to be where a toggle would go? Is it a button? Is it... Aye. It's no their best work. Everything else looks alright. It's just that weird, very, very low detail hoodie. I'll open the door. I'm not scared of anyone. The end of Yakuza 0 has a whole bit about why Kazuma buys the grey suit. Yeah, like, I feel like that's important, but it doesn't have a whole bit about why he buys, like, this hoodie. Oh, newspaper salesman. Welcome me to... Oh, is this thing to sell newspapers as well? No way. Get out of here. I will beat you in my flat. Enough of this. Only Kazuma Kiryu could have someone chap at his door to sell him like a newspaper subscription and end up fighting him outside. What a shame for that guy. What a shame for that guy. Okay, my bad. You stamped on my face. I got some high grade platinum. This guy just carries high grade platinum around in his pocket. They must pay quite well to be a like newspaper salesman if she's walking about carrying platinum. So I use a quick health item just to make some space. Don't want anything. Quite right. Need to get some more weapons actually. Oh. Here's the man I wanted to see. What's happened here?
Yeah.
Middle of a ride, the bubble guts. That sounds good. Is it a coincidence that he parked across from my flat? Because he needs a big shit? That's weird. Do you not? Is that, Graham, is that in reference to me not believing that, like, this person, like, some Kazuma Kiryu would get that kind of chap at his door? Oh, we met before. What are the chances that Kazuma just keeps bumping into folk that know who he really is? Like, he's been doing this for 6 months. He's been living here under an assumed name for 6 months, and presumably he's been fine up until now. The other guy carrying pure platinum with him. Oh yeah, yeah, that's wild. It's like, oh, you sold a subscription? Here you go. Here's a lump of gold. Take it. Oh, that's how you get the revelations in this one, isn't it? Revelations, in case you don't know, are like extra cool moves you can unlock. There's been lots of like some of the best moves in the game. Like I remember, I don't know if it was in this one or like previous game where you could get like if you got really drunk you could learn how to do like a Hurricane Rana. I think that's what it's called. My knowledge of wrestling moves is very limited, but you could do like really cool moves and stuff like that. But it was all through like Kiryu like blogging about it. It's good. It's good. It's weird these moments where they don't have any, like, there's no voiceover. There's also no music, so the game becomes incredibly quiet. I think that's from Yakuza 4. You learn it by watching a drunk guy get his tie caught in a shop door. Yeah, I think that's it. It's very good. So one of my favourite moves. I used to always carry around booze in Yakuza 4 just so I could do that one move. It was always so much fun. I'm usually quite bad because usually there's some kind of meaning you've got to draw from it, and I'm usually always get it wrong. Right, we'll play it just for a wee bit longer because I can actually feel my throat going. Like, this is so much more talking than I usually do. He runs away. Did he pay? Oh, something gonna happen? Something does seem off. Subtly lose sight of the car. It's not going to be difficult when you watch me play this game. Back off slowly. Time limit 5 minutes. Surely I can't just get away with doing that. Maybe I can. Can I reverse? I think you can't be there. Accelerator, brake. There is no reverse. So, I cannot go backwards. You can only go forward. Let's try and get it so the lights change. I don't want to get too close. What? Right, okay. Right. So I've got to get close enough. Is it even going to let me retry it, or is that it? Or was that what I was meant to do? Are we okay? Alright, cool. I actually thought I'd lost. I'd failed it properly. I feel like I missed the point in that. I missed the point of, like, yeah, that was silly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is this everyone like coming up and celebrating me for being a good guy? How did he even find me? How did Wada find me? Just wandering about until eventually finds his taxi that he was meant to be driving. Oh. You take the perfect shot. I want you to upload the image to an image site I made. Right, yeah. Was I meant to unlock a revelation there? Like, I feel like I feel like I failed something. I don't know if there's ever a way I'll find out. Can you fail something? Side stories. That's the only side story that I can look at. Sub stories. Don't know. I think the revelation's triggered soon, but not yet. Right, okay, that's fine. Yeah. It's things like that, you just forget, like, these wee... Oh! This is my first club sig. Does it open? This is the first one I've found, actually, that's cool. Let's see what we've got. I just love all the posters, it's so cool. All posters for games you don't get to play in this, but still. Let's see what we've got. Oh, that's June, Virtua Fighter 2. What's that? Some card game. Might play some Virtua Fighter 2. Yeah, play some of that. Photo booth. Right, we'll do Virtua Fighter 2, then we'll do the photo booth. Still love that this is the only way you can play. Like the only way you can play Virtua Fighter 5 on PS4 is through Yakuza. And obviously you can play this as well. It's the only way you can play any Virtua Fighter games through these, I think. I love the Virtua Fighter games. I would just love like just bring out the updated version of Virtua Fighter 5. Just bring that out, and I'll happily pay silly money for it. That's fine. Like, it was one of the games I played so much on like Xbox 360 and PS3. Like, it just seems like such a shame that we've gone pretty much a whole generation without a new one, like, or a re-release. Fighting games, I'll never understand what makes a popular fighting game. Like, oh, sure, okay. Like, I don't know. Like, I was seeing, is it RoboCop? Is in the process of being added to like Mortal Kombat, and I'm like, it's fascinating. I'm like, is this a feature anyone's demanded? Or is it just they've got the right, like, it was cheap enough to get the rights to RoboCop? Surely it can't be expensive. 30 of my 60 hours in Judgment playing Virtua Fighter and fighting Vipers as well. Yeah, it's pretty good. Like, it's funny playing that, 'cause I remember when Joe got it on the Dreamcast that was it on? I want to say it was, but I could be totally wrong. It was one I think I've been wanting to get for ages, and then got it, and then we ended up not, like, we played it a reasonable amount, but we still went back to like Rival Schools 2 and like Soul Calibur far more than Final Vipers. I always get to one bit where I'm sure it's parry, where I just cannot get past, because my ability with Virtua Fighter is very limited to like just a few combos. I remember, is this his daughter? Let's bring you out. Let's see if we can get that tactic to work again. Maybe not. Yeah, okay. Right, oh, okay, right, this is good. How far can we get? Leon Raffaele. I don't know if it's actually pronounced Leon or if it is pronounced Lion. I've never taken the time to actually find that. That didn't go well. Oh Jesus! Aye, right. So this is the one I don't get any further on, I think. I feel the concentration though, kind of. It's right, that wasn't great. Although, like, Virtua Fighter is one of the few games I can actually beat Joe one-handed. Like, I can just beat him with face buttons, don't need to touch any of the directions. Game over, but not a bad attempt. Always wanted to play Last Bronx. I have not played it. How did I escape? Oh no, fuck off. Quite excellent game, yes. Yes, I'm sure. I do like older fighting games. I like fighting games in general, but I'm just not into the whole I'm not into like learning everything. Like actually having to learn moves and frame rates and cancels and all the stuff you need to learn to actually be good at fighting games. I just get zero interest in actually learning. And playing online as well just looks like a chore. Right, let's make some photos. Local exclusive. And I think Kazma would avoid the wanted one, to be honest. Let's step up. Oh, that's good. That's good. And okay, that one didn't go quite as well as I'd have hoped. Just the back of his head. Which one do I want to print? It's got to be that one. Drawing it? Yeah, definitely. I was definitely, when I was doing the ramen mini game, I was definitely serving cold noodles. Crispy noodles. Terrible noodles. Can I use these? Let's get out there. What we're looking at. Oh, alright, cool. What are those? Is that like the enemy from... Is that Panzer Dragoon? I think it is, isn't it? That's cool. No way I'm getting it. Oh. Maybe. Champ. Absolute champ. Got the dragon figure. Still get 2 plays. Think I can empty it out? I think I've got that already. Let's see. No. Terrible. Oh. Nah. Oh. Okay, maybe this is the easy machine. How many dragon figures can one man? Does one man need? Yeah, I'll send it away. It's like going into like a teenager's bedroom about 13 years ago. Just loads of plastic dragon. I think those things used to see them in like jewellery shops, and like jewellery and tat shops. And they're always like pewter statues of like wizards or goblins and dragons, and there's always like one semi-precious stone in it. I can't believe I just caught all 3 of those. That's probably the easiest one. And like it just seems like every shop, every like jewellery shop had a load of wizards with like gems on their staffs. Yeah. It was all plastic robots and prosthetic arms. Ugh, I wish. I'd love. Alright, got to play Tekken no Tatsuya. I'd love one of the big... It's probably the best thing that came out of Metal Gear Solid 5 was just that big red arm. How much was it? How much was it like, did you get the full scale one? I know there was like a mini scale one and then there was a bigger one. I was quite jealous about that. Let's see. You have to see how bad my rhythm is. Yeah, that seems fun. Play it normal, why not? It's going to go badly anyway. Right, it's not going to go well. Seeing instructions like this. Beat rim. So left, beat rim, right, beat front, right, beat front, right, right, okay. I think, so this is front, right, okay. Oh, right. For some reason I was waiting for it to come to the drum. Terrible idea. I think we're going to be okay. With very little talking because I'm concentrating. Reminds me, we've not gone karaoke yet, actually, so I might find that maybe for the next stream, because, like I say, my voice is totally going.
Linda! 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 Linda!
It's funny, like, I can see, like, in my peripheral vision, like, there's extra stuff appearing at the bottom of the screen, but I can't look at it. It's like the boss fight when, like, Raiden fights Vamp in Metal Gear Solid 4, and you can't really watch it properly because you're too busy shooting the geckos. It's like that. One of the few fights that I enjoyed watching other people do, so I could watch, like, cool fight instead of what you had to do in the game. That's not bad. That's not bad. Possibly.
成績発表だ。
Good, okay, bad. I'd say it was good. Okay, still mostly good. Did they give you a rank, or is that what the crown is? Good performance. That's not bad, considering I've got no natural rhythm. That's pretty good. I love watching you play rhythm games. Thanks, Joe. Thank you. You're about the only one who does. I'll beat Ante. That's good. I'm first now. It gets intense. You just give up and mash the buttons, because eventually you'll get it. Oh yeah, right. This is good. Alright, hard or normal? Right. Hard or normal? I'll let someone in the chat choose. Hard. Right, okay. Let's get serious. Flex my guns.
さあ始まるぞ。
I'm feeling nervous now, I'm feeling tense. First one was bad.
Linda! Linda!
Very little talking.
Linda! 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 Linda!
No, got it.
Linda! 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 Linda!
I'm knackered. Absolutely knackered. Give her. Linda's not coming back. Have you told him about your corona? No, I've not told anyone about your haircut, Joe. Not even shared it on Twitter, although I could. Yesterday was our phase 1 visit to Joe's house, and Joe has not only shaved his head, he has then taken a razor to it as well. So Joseph, good performance. Good performance. Joe looks like Lex Luthor now, and it's very funny. Does it suit him? In-laws wondering what you're up to. Oh yeah, yeah, they definitely are. My in-laws, I thought you meant your in-laws, and I was like, your in-laws should definitely be worried about your new, completely shaved head. It's very white. I hope you get a wee bit of colour on it. Right, let's go find a save point. Or did you just keep your hat on the whole time? Where's the next save point? Where the hell am I? Oh, exclamation mark. Exclamation point. Let's have a look. See, the second I take my eye off the screen, I just walk into things. Right, let's have a look. Joe says it was because he was just getting tired of having long hair, but I think we all really know. I think we all know the real reason. It's a shame he can't come to terms with it yet, but he will in time. That would kill someone. That would kill someone. I wonder what the wee twist is. What's the twist he's doing with his foot? What does that do? What's the can I put the dragon, the toy dragon away? In a few weeks I'll have him up top again. You say that, but oh, what's going on here? Oh, is this not the guy that makes the is this the guy that makes the weapons? I think. Am I wrong? I like this, what this guy's wearing, like the knitted jumper with suit jacket buttoned over the top of it. Honestly, Joe, between us, what would you do if it doesn't grow back? If, like, that's it? And it never quite comes back in the same way. Would you regret what you've done, or would you say, well, there we go, that's life? Or would you get a weave? Or hair implants? Some breathtaking fashion, yeah. Thing is, these guys definitely have seen me just beat up the other people that were just down the street, so they really shouldn't. They know what they're getting into, so. There's something about Bart in the other one while he was just like sitting, well, face scrape, nobody wants that. If you really want to go to the hospital after you've scraped their faces off the concrete and like smashed them, the hospital cap would never come off either. That's what I thought. It would just be like surgically attached to your head, like you know when Matilda puts the car glue in her dad's hat in the film Matilda, like that. You just have it like permanently stuck to the top of your head. It's just twice now that Kazuma has met someone from his past outside his flat, like in a row. If trouble comes, this might be handy. You know trouble's already coming. Oh, it's a nice, pretty nice shop he's got. Oh, that's good actually. I've got a few I could get fixed actually.
ありがとう。
Let's see.
お元気ですか？
Repair or reload. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'll get them fixed up. That's nice. Been bald since the age of 19. Best advice I ever took was just shave it off. Yeah, like I feel like that's the thing for me. Like my dad's been shaving his head for years. Though I think in theory he has, like, he can have hair. He just prefers to shave his head. But yeah, I've always felt like as soon as it kind of starts with me, shave it off. Just embrace it. I think. I actually quite like having a shaved head. My wife doesn't particularly like it. But I have said to her, like, there may come a time. I have no space in my inventory. Invest a wee bit. Should I send money home to the kids? Probably. But I can invest a wee bit. What gets me up a level? Yeah. The rest is for the kids. I'm not giving you more money.
またどうぞ。
Just have to make sure you look more like Bruce Willis than a Bezos. He can have hair. Well, like, I just mean, like, my dad, like, he shaves his head, but, like, if it ever grows slightly longer, you can tell that, in theory, he would have hair. It might be a bit thinning. But, what have the kids ever done for me? That's true. He can have hair. I can give him the gift of hair. I'm just near a save point. Where am I? Down there. Right, cool. We'll make our way to the save point then. I think that'll be us for the day. Because I'm not going to be able to speak tomorrow. But it's been very nice. It's been very leisurely. I feel like we've progressed the story absolutely not at all. But, okay. Very cash. I would not be able to... Oh, there's that bit there. That's fine. I was going to say, there's no way I could sit like that. Like, and feel like I'd constantly feel like I was going to fall in the river. I just wouldn't be able to sit. So you just poorly time eat me, just very disappointing. But you do it right. It's very satisfying. It really is. Like, all the sound effects are really brilliant. Like 1,000 yen, you're getting so little money in this. Does this guy want a wee fight as well? Ah, why not? Why not? One more fight. Although, I mean, he's wearing a mask, which is good, but he's not socially distancing, which is bad. What face does he think this is? That was a real skill. Let's quickly see if I can get any good abilities that will work in this fight. Enhance grab. Deliver powerful counter. I always like having them, but was that it? I've hit a limit already. No. Imagine you could like explode that. Although in fairness, I mean, that would be a bit much. Stretch the Kazuma hasn't killed anyone to its limits. I'm surprised you can even hear the crunching sound effect over the noise of me rapidly hitting all the buttons on my pad. But no, this has been good fun. Thanks for coming on. I'm just going to save and go through the 20 different save screens that come up when you try and save this game. Yeah, so I'll have a look into seeing about doing the Yakuza movie stream next week. So I think it'll be quite good fun. See if we can figure out a way so we can watch it while talking or whatever. We'll figure it out. That's a problem for another time. But yeah, thanks for watching. Obviously, if you've only just joined, this will be put on our YouTube channel tomorrow, and it'll be archived on here for as long. I think it's like 2 weeks it stays up here, and then it comes off, unless you're like a Twitch affiliate or all the stuff I don't understand about Twitch. Pretty much. But yeah, thanks. It's been a nice evening. Thank you very much. I hope you'll have a good weekend. I mean, it's pretty much halfway done already, but yeah. Take it easy. Have a good one. How to turn this off? Forgotten how to turn it off. Oh, there we go. Bye.